Alright guys, so here's a little bit of an update. This is just basically the headpiece minus the ears, which I'm not really sure how I'm going to get on there, but you know what, figure that out. So yeah, I did the little green bows on the side. This isn't sewn onto the headband either, you can move it around. I feel like that's going to be the make it or break it part for this costume. Like, knock on wood, so far this costume's been going pretty smoothly. I mean, I've had a few like ups and downs here and there, but I've managed to get over them. But I feel like these paws and feet are really going to be the, like, you know, the make it or break it. Like, is this costume gonna turn out to be ugly or not? I don't know, but maybe that's just me overthinking it. Hey guys, so here's a little bit of a bow update. This is for the back. I bought interfacing because this bow is a lot bigger than the one on the front on her collar and anime physics, and it just doesn't work like that, so yeah. Wow, I've never actually used interfacing before, but that made such a difference. We have guests. She's always down here, but she's never down here. So I'm like, Daisy, what are you doing, Daisy? What are you doing? What are you doing? So here is the bottom part of the bow. I have to flip it inside out. And I've decided to actually go ahead and do some interfacing just on the triangle bits here because, like, they look kind of like sad and floppy compared to the bow that's like, so just to like even it out, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Giant anime bow constructed, finished. Alrighty guys, so I am done the back of my bow. That doesn't even make any sense. I am done the bow for the back of my skirt. It's a lot bigger than the one on the collar. Here's a little bit of size comparison if you're just wondering. So I'm actually not 100% done this yet. I still have to sew this little ribbony guy, but I figured I don't want to do that yet until I get the fur and make the little bear tail, because I want to be able to, like, it'll be a lot easier just to sew it on instead of have to like wedge my sewing needle under there, instead of just remove this, sew it here, and then I don't know, you guys get the gist. So next up will be the ears, paws, feet, and tail. Hey guys, Fiona here. I am finally back. I finally had enough money to buy this fur. That's what you want to call it, fur. Speaking of fur, my fabric store selection of fur was absolute duty. They had a bunch of black fur, and then they had really long brown fur with like lots of black in mixed with it, and I literally thought about cutting it and then dyeing it, but you know, I don't got time for that, and that is a lot of money and a lot of work and probably look really ugly, and it was really expensive, so no. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs. I'm really out of breath. So yeah, as you can see, this is more like kind of, the light's not really doing it justice. It's a little bit more darker. It's more of like a caramelly color, to be honest, compared to Lulu's fur, which is like more of a darker color, but I decided to go with this because it was the closest thing to her fur, I guess, and I'd seen a lot of people use this kind of fabric, and if anything, I just think this is gonna make it look even more cute, to be honest. It may not be like accurate or super accurate, but I think it'll look really cute. And then for the pink, I got really lazy and I just got felt. I guess right now I'm just gonna be starting her ears. There's a little outline for the ears, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Hey guys, wow, so okay, guess who discovered how hard it is to sew this kind of material? On the machine, at least. I did one ear, which needs to be stuffed, and the pink needs to be sewn on, but like, I honestly had to take out the stitching on this thing so many times, and I just did a second one and it turned out to be a disaster, so I have to hand sew all of this, so fun times. So I finished sewing the ears, and I just have to sew them on now. onto the headband. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do the paws with the sewing machine and maybe the feet. If anything, I'll be able to do the feet, but maybe not the paws. I don't know. Maybe these were just really tedious. It's like a ghost, a poop ghost. Ooh, or a poop jellyfish. Okay, so this is by far my favorite part of the cosplay. Honk honk. Mimi. So yeah, I've sewn it onto the bow. I've really oh my gosh, I swear if I ever had to commission stuff for someone, I'd have to really clean up the way I sew. Not that my stitches are messy or anything like that, but because I know I'm the one wearing it, I get super lazy when I sew, and I'm like, yeah, let's just stick a few stitches here and just kind of who cares about these edges? Just, there we go, all done. So I guess if I ever have to do commissions, even for my friends, I have to work on that. But that's why Erin and I are a good team, because Erin's like, no, Fiona, you have to take your time, relax. And I'm like, let's just sew everything right away. Hey guys, so it's me, Fiona. I kind of completely forgot about vlogging for a second, so I'm going to show you what I have done so far. So I'm starting on the paws today, and I really don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying not to freak out and go with the flow. I have the two cuff parts that sit at the bottom here, and then I've decided that I'm going to make the inside fabric for my hands with this fabric because I don't have anything else. And then here is the layout for the paws. Yeah, I really don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of hoping it goes with the flow. It kind of looks like superpower, power up, little, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave them like this. I feel like, guys, get the gist, okay?
Hello.
So before I go ahead and sew these two pieces together, which will create the giant paw, I'm going to go ahead and make her claws, which is the part I'm most excited about because I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try and move this around. This fabric is super shiny and it was really expensive, so I only bought a little bit of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to make these claws, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to sew them into here. There's only 3 of them. And add the inside hand pocket. As you can see, I've completely sewn the one paw together, and then when you flip it inside out, ta-da! And then I have to add the stuffing, of course, and the pink here. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. It transfers them. It was really hard to get the positioning correctly because sometimes they'd be crooked. I think it's looking pretty good so far, what I want it to be at least. Hey guys, so here is one of the paws. To be honest, I don't really know how I feel about this paw. Oh, it's really bright. It looks kind of derpy. I wasn't really paying attention to where the nail placements were and matching them up with the paws, the actual pink parts in the middle. I don't think the paw itself looks bad. I just think it's the nails that are bothering me. They look kind of off. So I'm thinking about taking the nails out and moving them around because I know this is going to bother me. Alrighty, so I literally just took the claws out and I made them smaller or I sewed them in deeper and I moved them around a little bit, and I'm much more happier with how this looks. It's still not perfect. I kind of wish the overall shape of the paw was more circular, but I guess like I can't really do that to the other paw either at this point because they need to look the same. But I'm more happier with how it looks. I think it looks cuter. The black or the claws are shorter. And you know what? It's not perfect, but it's nowhere near from awful. So yeah, and it's my first try. I guess in the future, if I ever have to make furry paws, I will know more about them. Hey guys, me Fiona. So as you see in the earlier clip, I finished both paws, and now, whoa, I am starting on the slippers, and wow, I have no clue what I'm doing. I actually don't even know what I'm doing. Basically, my game plan at the moment is I have this dog slipper, which I wear. As you can see, there's a hole in the bottom of it, and I'm kind of like, okay, you know, staring at it and trying to get a basic premise of how to make a squishy slipper. So yeah, all I'm doing right now is making the cuff part because that is the easiest part, and I am a chicken. Also, I have figured out to kind of sew with this fabric, kind of. It's a very stop and go process, but it does cut the time down by a little bit, so yeah. Just like I did with the paws, basically you just want to have like a little base for the slipper that you can slip over your foot, big enough so you can slip over your foot, be careful, and slip it on. Alright guys, so here is the bottom of the slipper. It looks kind of weird right now. This is what's going to be seen on the bottom. There's going to be another stitch line. To be honest, I don't really care that much about the stitch lines because they're going to be on the bottom and they're going to be on the floor the entire time. And then here, the felt is fairly thin, so what I did is I just took 2 pieces of thicker fabric, sewed them together, and then I also sewed or ironed on some interfacing to give it that extra thickness so that it doesn't wear through and create a hole throughout the day. But yeah, here it is, and now I'm just gonna cut the fur and start to create the slipper. So guys, I don't know about you, but this is real fashion. Oh god. Okay, so for those of you wondering, this is the inside sock, if that's what you want to call it. It's kind of hideous for the slippers. So yeah, I didn't really show this process because it's literally just a long tube with another tube here. Yeah, because you don't want your foot swimming among the stuffing, so you have to have some sort of sock. Not gonna lie guys, I think this is the comfiest footwear I'm ever gonna wear to a convention. The feet are finally done. I think they look a lot better now that they have the claws on them and don't just look like blobs. But I just did some bows and you guys saw how I did those earlier, and then I did the same claws I did for the paws, so I didn't think I had to show those bits. Oh, it's really hard to walk in these. I'm like kicking everything. Alrighty, so here's what they look like in the mirror. Here's what they look like on. Better yet. So yeah, they're really difficult to walk in, and I fell down the stairs the other day, just one of them. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. I mean, obviously there are things I could change, but yeah, so I guess I'll show you guys the full costume. Woo!